Hello, Elfie here. I'm a little bit nervous since this is my first time recording myself for a video. Well, aside from recording my drawing, which I'm a bit more confident in, but I'm here to talk about my experience with Inktober, that strange thing that some artists do during the month of October where they attempt to draw an inked drawing once a day. This is my first time ever attempting to do this or participating in Inktober, and for my first time I decided to go along with the official Inktober prompts written down by the creator of Inktober on its official website. Now, during this whole month, it was very interesting. I was rather daunted by it at the beginning, but as the month slowly went on, I got more comfortable with it to where getting the drawing down just about became a habit. It might sound weird, though I did notice, especially halfway through the month, that my drawings got faster. Like, I got faster at creating the drawing, not just like the sketch version of it, but I also got faster at just overall, including the inking, despite the fact that some of my pens were starting to die out towards the end of the month. But I've had the pens that I were using, I've had them since, oh goodness, I think 6, 7, 8 years. I got them as part of a college starting kit thing that I got. Now, I did most of these drawings at work as opposed to at home because I do spend 10 to 12 hours at work, but I have my breaks and some downtime where I get to work on it. And I actually found that it was easier for me to do it at work, bringing my pens and sketchbook with me, as opposed to trying to do it at home. Because of how much I am at work, stuff tends to pile up when I'm at home. So when it came to the weekends, I was actually doing 2 to 3 a day, like either doing the whole weekend on Sunday, or when I came back to work, I was catching up for the weekend, and those got a little rough, but I managed through it. For pretty much all of the pictures, though, I did find references, because I'm not quite comfortable or confident enough to go without references. References are an artist's best friend, honestly. Although half of it was fandom stuff where my slight OCD, as I call it, I want to get as close to it as I possibly can to the original thing, so of course references are necessary, or just trying to get them anatomically correct. Only half the time I didn't quite get the anatomy right, but that's always something to work on. Half the time I spent more time trying to figure out what to draw in regards to the prompt than I did actually drawing it, especially towards the end. Sometimes the idea would come up to me immediately, like Shy Guy or Cloud. I'm Cloud Strife crazy, so I mean I could not draw Cloud for that one. But some of them were a lot harder, and I just couldn't think of what to do. And I would ask my husband, what do you think I should draw for this? And he would throw out a couple ideas, and then I would turn around and draw something completely different, to his dismay. And I think he wondered why I bothered asking him in the first place. But he always helped kind of spur in my imagination to figure out what to draw. Some of them were a bit more vague than others. Others had a lot to do with my story, such as day 2, which is divided, and then the day where it was shattered. Those had to do with my story. Towards the end of the month, especially like the last 3-4 days, you can tell that I was greatly inspired by events that happened. More specifically, the release of Assassin's Creed Origins. I have followed the Assassin's Creed series pretty much since the beginning. So when it came to Climb and then Fall and then United, I just couldn't stop myself from doing Assassin's Creed drawings because that's pretty much all I had on the brain for those couple of days until I finally got to work let me play for a little bit. One thing I did notice with my drawings, I wasn't sure if I was getting faster or if I was just getting away with drawing more simple drawings. Now I know some of them are more simple, some of them are a little bit less simple and more complicated. It went back and forth depending on the day and depending on the topic. I did notice though that my inking style seemed to change and almost develop throughout the month. At the beginning, I tried to go for more smoother, more line arty kind of inking, but then later on in the month it started getting more sketchy. Rough is the best way I can think of to describe it, and it just felt more natural, not doing the smoother lines but more of the rougher scribbles. It really started when I did the prompt screech with the eagle and the wings, and I felt really good about that drawing, and I just kept going with it and found that it just, I don't know, I just liked that feeling for it. Now, some prompts I did get a little vague with, like with reading on day 11, or the running on day 11, and instead I did somebody reading instead of somebody running. And there are a couple where I was influenced about my mood for that day, such as Juicy. I had a lot of different ideas for what I was going to do for Juicy, and then I messed up at work, and all I could think of was that I wanted a glass of wine with grapes in it because I freeze grapes and I put them in the wine. That's my favorite way to drink it, and it's just like the juicy grapes when you're done with the wine infused with wine, and it's just a win-win there, and that's all I could think of. So I'm like, juicy grapes, juicy, it's all I can think of. I'm gonna go ahead and draw that. So yeah, my mood did greatly affect what I was drawing, but I do have to say throughout the whole experience it was very fun. I've heard of people getting tired of it and finding it tedious, especially about halfway through the month and dropping it, but I looked forward to it every day, and I think I'm actually going to miss Inktober, but I can't miss it for too long because I have something else to distract me with called National Novel Writing Month, which I only partly know what I'm going to write throughout that, and I might not do a video for that because there's nothing really visual to show on a video. But if you manage to make it through all of my rantings about Inktober, then congratulations to you, high five, and yay, thank you. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope to upload more videos in the future in regards to, I guess, my journey through art or the arts, multiple for a reason, because I can't stick with just one. I do hope to eventually upload maybe cosplay videos, and as well as speed drawings, speed paintings, and stuff like that. I have my setup ready, I just need the time and the right picture to do it with. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll watch my upcoming videos. Bye!